Imagine a motorcycle that has quietly ruled the streets for decades, a machine so iconic that over 100 million riders have trusted it worldwide, and now, in 2026, it returns looking sharper, smarter, and more premium than ever. Meet the Honda Super Cub C125 Grey Edition, a bike that doesn't scream for attention but somehow steals it anyway. At first glance, this isn't just another color update. The new cement gray finish instantly changes the personality of the Super Cub. It feels more modern, more urban, almost minimalist, like it was designed for riders who appreciate subtle style over loud designs. The matte gray bodywork flows beautifully across its timeless silhouette, while darker accents add a stealthy edge that makes it feel far more premium than its size suggests. This is not just a commuter anymore, it's a statement. But what really makes this bike special is how it blends history with innovation. The Super Cub's design still carries the unmistakable DNA of the original 1958 model: the step-through frame, the curved leg shield, the upright riding position, all of it remains untouched in spirit. Yet beneath that retro skin lies a machine built for today's world. This is where nostalgia meets practicality in the best possible way. Powering the 2026 model is a 124cc air-cooled, single-cylinder engine, simple, efficient, and incredibly reliable. It's not built to break speed records, and that's exactly the point. This engine is tuned for smooth, predictable power delivery that makes every ride effortless. Whether you're weaving through city traffic or cruising through quiet streets, the throttle response feels calm and controlled, never aggressive, never intimidating. The beauty of this engine lies in its consistency. It produces just enough power to keep things fun without ever feeling overwhelming. You get a refined riding experience that feels approachable for beginners, yet satisfying enough for experienced riders who value comfort over chaos. And because it's a Honda, you already know what that means: bulletproof reliability that you can depend on every single day. One of the standout features that continues to define the Super Cub is its semi-automatic transmission. Unlike traditional motorcycles, there's no clutch lever to worry about. You simply shift gears using your foot, and the bike takes care of the rest. It's an incredibly intuitive system that makes riding feel almost effortless. For new riders, it removes the stress of learning clutch control. For experienced riders, it offers a relaxed, easygoing experience that's perfect for daily use. And then there's fuel efficiency, one of the biggest reasons this bike has become a global legend. The Super Cub is designed to go further on less, making it one of the most economical motorcycles you can buy. With its efficient engine and compact design, you can expect impressive mileage that turns every ride into a cost-effective journey. In a world where fuel prices keep rising, that's not just a benefit, it's a necessity. Safety hasn't been overlooked either. The 2026 model comes equipped with front wheel ABS, giving you added confidence when braking, especially on slippery or unpredictable roads. It's a small addition that makes a big difference, particularly for newer riders who may not yet have mastered emergency braking techniques. This is a bike that's designed to keep things simple, but also safe. Now let's talk about the tech, because this is where the modern Super Cub really surprises people. Despite its retro appearance, it comes loaded with features that bring it firmly into the present. The lighting system is fully LED, providing better visibility while also enhancing the bike's premium look. The headlight, taillight, and indicators all feel crisp and modern, adding a subtle but noticeable upgrade to the overall design. The instrument cluster is another perfect example of old meets new. At its center, you still have that classic analog speedometer, a nod to the bike's heritage. But right alongside it sits a digital LCD display that gives you all the essential information at a glance. It's clean, functional, and easy to read, striking the perfect balance between tradition and technology. And then there's the smart key system, something you wouldn't expect on a bike like this, but once you have it, you won't want to go back. With the smart key, you can start the bike without taking the key out of your pocket. It adds a layer of convenience that feels surprisingly luxurious for a small displacement motorcycle. It's these little touches that elevate the Super Cub from a simple commuter to something much more refined. The riding experience itself is where everything comes together. The lightweight frame makes the bike incredibly easy to handle, whether you're navigating tight city streets or parking in crowded areas. The upright seating position keeps you comfortable, even on longer rides, while the wide seat provides excellent support. This is a bike that's built for everyday use, simple, comfortable, and stress-free. And let's not forget practicality, because the Super Cub has always been about making life easier. The step-through design allows you to hop on and off effortlessly, even if you're wearing formal clothes or carrying items. It's a feature that may seem small, but once you experience it, you realize just how convenient it really is. This is a bike that adapts to your lifestyle, not the other way around. Now, coming back to the gray edition, this is where the emotional appeal really kicks in. The color transforms the entire vibe of the bike. It feels more mature, more refined, and more aligned with modern design trends. It's perfect for riders who want something classic, but not outdated, something stylish, but not flashy. It's understated in the best possible way. Compared to brighter options like blue or white, the gray version stands out by doing less. It doesn't rely on bold colors to grab attention. Instead, it draws you in with its clean, minimalist aesthetic. It's the kind of bike that looks just as good parked outside a CAF as it does cruising through the city at sunset. Price-wise, the 2026 model sits in a premium position for its category, especially in European markets. But when you look at what you're getting, the heritage, the reliability, the efficiency, and the modern features, it starts to make a lot of sense. This isn't just a motorcycle you buy for transportation. It's something you buy because it fits your lifestyle, your taste, and your personality. What makes the Super Cub truly unique is that it doesn't try to be something it's not. It doesn't chase trends, it doesn't compete on raw performance, and it doesn't overwhelm you with unnecessary complexity. Instead, it focuses on doing one thing incredibly well, delivering a simple, reliable, and enjoyable riding experience. And in 2026, that philosophy feels more relevant than ever. In a world filled with high-performance machines and aggressive designs, the Super Cub stands out by staying true to its roots. It reminds us that riding doesn't always have to be about speed or adrenaline. Sometimes, it's about the journey, the simplicity, the feeling of freedom that comes from just being on two wheels. So, who is this bike really for? It's for the daily commuter who wants something dependable. It's for the new rider looking for an easy entry into motorcycling. It's for the enthusiast who appreciates timeless design. And it's for anyone who understands that sometimes, less really is more. The 2026 Gray Edition doesn't reinvent the Super Cub, it refines it. It takes everything that made this bike legendary and gives it a modern twist that feels fresh without losing its soul. And that's not an easy thing to do. Because when you're dealing with something as iconic as the Super Cub, change can be risky. But Honda has managed to strike that perfect balance once again. They've kept the essence intact while adding just enough modernity to keep it relevant for a new generation of riders. And that's why this bike continues to dominate after all these years. Not because it's the fastest, or the most powerful, or the most advanced, but because it understands exactly what riders need and delivers it flawlessly. The question is, would you choose the sleek Gray Edition, or go for a more classic color?